Welcome in, everyone. I'm SquishableMoon, your shooting star with the ranch addiction and fewer brain cells than the common garden snail. And welcome back to my channel. And we're back with another My Little Pony species. If you haven't seen my other My Little Pony species, please go check out that video. We talk about cloud jumpers and how I made them when I was younger. Like I said in my last video, this species is open to everyone. Please feel free to make your own, steal ideas, take parts and pieces of it. I do not care. Take any amount of inspiration you want with it. It is all up to you. I don't own any of these ideas, and I want everyone to have fun with the ideas that I create. As long as you're not completely copying my OCs, I could care less what you do with my ideas. Just have fun and be kind. Today we're going to be talking about another old My Little Pony species I made when I was a teenager, and today is going to be a crystal type pony called the Crystallized Crystalites. I can't exactly remember when I created the species. I remember wanting a crystal type pony, but there weren't many that I wanted, at least adopt-wise, or at least none that I could afford. With me being a small baby and all that, I didn't have much of an income. This was before Steven Universe. I did want to point that out because with Steven Universe being a thing, I feel like there's a lot of Steven Universe themed ponies and OCs out there, but this was before the amazing show of Steven Universe. So if you're wondering, it's before. So, where they live. We're going to start with where they live. Crystallized ponies live deep underground in a series of connected caves. So far underground, it might be as well as the center of the planet. Kind of like Natural Bridge Caverns in San Antonio, or other well-explored caves, which if you haven't been to the Natural Bridge Caverns, 10 out of 10, I recommend it. It is amazing. Fun little short story. When I went to the Natural Bridge Caverns, they turned off all the lights, and I was wearing a glow-in-the-dark t-shirt that had a stripper pole on it, and I had no idea. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life, and I will never live it down. Basically, they live in a large opening in a cave that has a sky, clouds, and its own ecosystem. I 100% believe I got this idea from Journey to the Center of the Earth because I loved that movie as a kid. Great movie. I love the idea. Both the original, the remake, and the newer version, I love them all. They're all amazing. This idea of another world being right underneath our feet, so far under we can't reach, full of weird animals and a race of humans that grew up alongside us, that has to be the most amazing thing ever. They have one cave, which is the main cave where they mostly live, and then they have smaller tunnels and caves that open up. So the races. Like in the show, there are 3 types of ponies in this species: unicorn, pegasi, and earth ponies. Earth ponies are the type that are going to have the most crystals on their legs and hooves, usually very chunky, large crystals. The main reason they have large crystals on their hooves is because they use their hooves to dig. Because earth ponies are the stronger type of race, they are going to use the rocks on their hooves to dig through straight rock and crystal and be able to break things much easier underground. Unicorn ponies will have crystallized hooves that are much more delicate and a large number of crystals on their face and on their horns. They are also going to be much taller than the regular pony, kind of similar to unicorns. They're a little bit more taller in some cases, I would say, in My Little Pony. They're going to be more elegant, more dainty crystals on them. Pegasus ponies are going to have crystallized wings and by far have the least number of crystals compared to the other 2 races. Their wings are going to be very strong, however, they're not going to be able to be lifted off the ground very far because they are actually really heavy because the ponies are actually made out of crystal. And you're probably saying, what about alicorns? Do not worry, we all know alicorns are my favorite race. Alicorns are a kind of mix between all of them. They're gonna have a fully crystallized horn, a full crystal horn, fully crystallized wings, and crystals basically wherever you want them. Alicorn horns will be fully crystallized and so will their wings. Another thing they're gonna have are soul pets. So the crystallized ponies have a type of pet that they are born with. It comes from their souls. Whenever a crystallized pony is born, they are also born with a pet that comes out of their crystals and out of their heart. The soul pet is usually a sprite or a fairy that ends up looking like a circular ball of fluff, but has a light emitting from it, making it look like a giant ball of floating light. They're usually round, fluffy-like creatures, sometimes with tails and ears. They have large eyes and no mouth. Only the pony born to that specific sprite can understand the soul pet because they are spiritually linked. Because the pony and the soul pet are spiritually linked, if the soul pet dies, so does an owner. It is very rare where a soul pet dies and the pony lives, because once the soul pet dies, they kind of lose part of their soul and most of their magical ability. Often losing a soul pet is like losing part of your own heart, part of your own being, so it's very hard for anyone to survive or live a normal life. Soul pets have a variety of uses, but it's the common belief among the crystallized ponies is that the soul pets are there to guide you into the life and the afterlife. Kind of like a lifelong companion that's supposed to be with you forever, so that way you're never really alone. Soul pets come in almost any color and are always multicolored, so you can have pink, green, blue and yellow, pink, green, blue and yellow. Soul pets are around the size of your fist and can fly without wings. When soul pets talk, they sound different to everyone. It really depends on who the soul pet belongs to. They can sound like ringing or a chime of a bell or static or barking. It really just depends on the soul pet itself. Corrupted crystal ponies. Like in Equestria, there are consequences for disharmony. Fear and lack of trust in pony community can lead to them becoming corrupted. Whenever there is disharmony in a pony, it manifests in what I like to call the corrupted crystals. Think of it as sort of their magic becoming corrupted. Whenever they are corrupted, I like to call it the petrification process, where they start to turn into stone completely. It'll start at their hooves, their horns, their wings, all their extremities, and slowly start working its way to the heart. Eventually, until they are completely turned into stone completely, or turned into a crystal statue completely. They can't move, breathe, and they are basically stuck in whatever position they are frozen into when it finally takes hold of their heart. Disharmony is uncommon among the crystal ponies. I like to think that they have a statue garden where they put all of the petrified ponies so they can go and pay their respects, kind of like a graveyard in some sort of way. So the traits that make a crystallized pony a crystallized pony. Hooves have to have crystals. Depending on the race, some may have more or bigger crystals, like earth ponies will have bigger crystals around their hooves. Horns will be covered in crystals. Alicorns have crystal horns. Crystals are bioluminescent and glow in the dark and when using magic. All crystal ponies are very heavy and almost impossible to lift or push over. All crystal ponies are made of rock. Their insides are a mixture of different crystals. Some ponies can be more brittle and easily broken, and when their pieces are broken on their body, it is like a geode on the inside. Wings are made of crystals. Pegasi ponies have a hard time flying because of how heavy their bodies are. But I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of another species I like. These are adorable. I love them. I have a bunch of OCs for them. I have an alicorn that is based off of Miyamori Cadenza in Shining Armor. I love him to pieces. And then I have a couple more OCs of this species. It's probably one of my favorite because I have so many OCs of this. You probably noticed that I was drawing some adorable characters in the background. Well, these are characters that I'm going to be raffling. That is right, I'm doing another character raffle, and if you would like to win one, all you have to do is comment below which character you would like to win, and there'll be numbers next to all the characters, so just comment the number of the character that you want to win. You can enter for all of them. You can enter for 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them. It doesn't matter to me as long as you comment the numbers below. That is okay, and I will be picking the winner on the 20th with a random number generator. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.